If you own a clothing brand, these are the subscriptions you need. Not that you should have, but you need to be running your clothing brand as smoothly as possible in 2026. I don't have a fucking course for you, right? I don't have a work one-on-one with me or anything like that. This is straight source. I don't know why I'm giving this away. Maybe because I want a couple of views on my channel, and the people who actually find this are going to realize how fucking what they've stumbled across a golden goose. This is exactly what I use to make $40,000 months, 500 orders in a month from my little ass room in my own crib, right? I'm 22. I've been doing this for a few years. I've been studying, I've been learning, and all of a sudden AI comes along. Doesn't even matter. Now is the easiest time to make a clothing brand. That's what this channel is about. I'm going to be teaching you that. I'm going to be giving you all the source. So there are probably 3 or 4 best subscriptions you need for your clothing brand. And I'm going to go through them. There's going to be a difference between your pointless subscriptions and your useful subscriptions. All right. Something that I would put in pointless subscriptions would 100% be is Shopify apps. The only thing you need to pay for on Shopify is Shopify. You do not need to be paying monthly subscription fees for any app on Shopify with what AI can do and what Shopify can do nowadays, right? You do not need to pay any single cent for an app on Shopify. I don't run any apps on Shopify, right? So these sort of subscriptions, these sort of things here, you don't need to be paying for. You pay $50 a month, whatever it is in your currency for Shopify a month. That is all you need. Let me show you what I am running in my useful subscriptions, right? Number 1, you need to be running Google Workspace. If you want your clothing brand to be profitable, if you want to look official, if you want to look professional, you need Google Workspace, right? Let me show you what this is. So Google Workspace, you can try it free for 14 days. It's a no-brainer. It's $8 a month for me in my Australian currency. $8 a month. You get 30 gigabytes of Google Drive data, which is great. You know, send yourself files on your phone, upload your TikToks, whatever. You get a custom business email, which is you@yourcompany.com. That is the thing that separates these average brands that do, you know, I don't know, $100 a day. Yesterday I did $1,200, right? And I understand that's not that much in the grand scheme of things in this drop shipping world. This is a clothing brand. You got to understand, what clothing brands do you see doing a 9 ROAS on Facebook ads, right? Mine. So you at your company, right? So you pay $8. I pay $8. $8 a month, bro. Spotify is fucking $10 a month, and you don't want to pay $8 a month for a professional fucking email, right? My lord, it's that simple. You get Gemini AI assisting Google, which is pretty shit anyway. It doesn't really matter. You get a better subscription with Gemini in the standard thing. You get a few more chats with Gemini, which is great, but I'll get to that later. You can do voice meetings, 150 participants. You want to talk to all your manufacturers, your dear friends. You get e-signature, Google Workspace Migrate. You get 2 fucking terabytes for $16 a month. Do you know how much 2 terabytes is for Google Drive? That is insane, right? So obviously you still get the same sort of stuff. With these in Google Workspace, you can actually like set it out so, you know, you're only paying $8 a month, but you have multiple emails. You can have as many emails as you want, but they'll all come to the same inbox under $8 a month. If you want them to go to separate inboxes, it will cost you an extra $8 a month per email. So I have support at my, you know, whatever my business thing would be. I have orders, I have my name, I have people who work as VAs for me, I have their personal names there. They have their own separate inboxes, and that's essentially how it works. It's kind of like a cascading sort of situation. Obviously, I try to keep my personal inbox as clean as possible. The only people that have that email, probably my mum and my girlfriend. That's about it. Who are the only people who have that email. I don't want no bullshit in that email. I don't want anything to do with my brand, even though it's at my brand. That's like, if people want to acquire my company, they can send it right there. I'll have it on a business card, right? But Google Workspace, you need this. It is not a if and or but. You need Google Workspace. I don't want to convince you anymore. Get it. Get your own personal email. Get some more Google Drive space. You can chat to Gemini a bit more. Whatever. That's about as simple as it gets. Right. So that's another useful subscription. give you another one. Okay, this is going to be as basic as possible, right? You need to have Higgsfield or some AI workspace that has multiple AIs in them. You can pay for them separately. I've done it before, but it's so much easier just having it all in one spot. Let me show you what Higgsfield AI is. So it's basically one website that has, I'd say hundreds, I was going to say thousands. It has hundreds of different image generators in here. So obviously I already have ChatGPT, but you can use the ChatGPT one, which is pretty shit. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Has Seedream, but the one you want the most is Nano Banana. You can get a few free generations per day with Gemini, but the one you want is Nano Banana Pro, right? So let me show you a few of the images I have made on Nano Banana Pro, right? I've been fucking around with it a lot, but you're still gonna get the idea. So this is a reference image I found online. I was like, this is really cool. I could use this to post a story onto my Instagram for my brand. And I said, replace the shirt thrown onto the box with the attached t-shirt design. And that's what it gave me. Bunch of different ones. I took this into Photoshop. I edited it a little bit. That was easy. And then I was going to make some ad creatives as well. And this is what I made with ad creatives. These sort of ad creatives here, these are the ones that I make, 9 ROAS a day with, right? They're as simple as possible. They had the shirt there in a bit different of an environment than just a regular white background or shittily thrown onto the ground. Look at this prompt. This is, excuse me, this is as simple as it gets, this prompt. Regenerate this image with just one hanger. So this is the reference image that I had. Found that online. I was like, that's kind of tough. Balenciaga, so I use that. The attached shirt is hanging proudly on the hanger, not drooping. So that's what essentially I got there. Moving down, what I also did with Nano Banana Pro is I made this. Found the reference image online, and I pretty much just said, replace the model in the image with the attached exact facial features. Replace the t-shirt model is wearing with the attached blah, blah, blah. And anyway, that's a prompt. You can steal it. I don't really care. And I pretty much just said attach my shirt on there. And then I can take this and I can go into video with Kling straight away. I'm not paying multiple subscriptions. I go into Kling and I pretty much give it a quick little prompt on Kling. And this is what the guy does. Calm little fit check video, 9 ROAS. As simple as that, right? So you need to sign up for Higgsfield. I don't have a reference, a referral pro. If they do, maybe I'll drop it for you if there's a benefit for you guys. Otherwise, it's like $29 a month, and you'll make your money back ASAP with these professional looking flat lays. Except for this one. This one looks goofy as shit, but they give me free generations with Google Nano Banana Pro, which is great, right? So you need Higgsfield or whatever other one you want. There's probably cheaper ones out there. I just use Higgsfield because they had a good offer signing up. I have no dog in the fight. Use this or don't. Use Gemini and Google Nano Banana Pro by itself, and then just remove the watermark, whatever. Right. The next useful subscription you need for your clothing brand is going to be either ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, or any other LLM. Large language model, whatever the fuck it stands for, right? I don't really give a shit. ChatGPT, I've had a subscription with it for like a year now. It's great. It's simple. Some people shit on it and say it's real bad. They're just not using it right. Alright? I don't know if you're jumping in, you're asking it to make descriptions for your clothing brand because they look like shit. Obviously, they're going to look like shit. But I use them as a base. I use it as a tool. I don't use it as a replacement, right? You can use Gemini as well because it has Nano Banana Pro in it. I find ChatGPT a little bit faster, especially because I got the Pro plan. And Gemini, I just use it to make the images. That's about it. And then Claude, I haven't used Claude too much. I heard it's a pretty good copywriter, but I'm not writing heaps of copy for my clothing brand. That's just, I don't have walls of texts. So this is the sort of thing you can do for it to with ChatGPT with deep research. So I asked it to make me a strategic report. I just had a conversation with it. Pretty much go down like this, and then it did elevating AOV for a premium minimalist streetwear brand, because that's what my brand is, right? Premium monochrome design. Improving the AOV is crucial for scaling, and then it goes through, and it went through everything. It went through Reddit, it went through all these random sites going, what's the trends are, how people respond well. It found founders of big brands and what they say. Cole Buxton represent all these things, and it goes through. Look how deep it goes, and it shows you exactly how, right? How customers respond to this. It shows like real data. It has all these references. This is what happens when you don't use ChatGPT properly, right? You get these basic ass instant answers. If it gives you an answer within a few seconds, chances are it's probably gonna be a shit answer. You need to tell it to think. You need to tell it to be, doing deep research and all that sort of stuff. You can cater it to yourself. There's so many prompts outside. Once it's done the deep research, you can ask it questions and refer to the deep research. So now it actually has knowledge, right? This right here, this doesn't update the whole model for ChatGPT. Keep asking it same questions in this chat. Ask it to simplify it. Ask it to explain this a bit more. I asked it to do it again, right? And we'll go do it again. And now I can ask it heaps of questions. That's the thing. It's so simple to use these AI tools. And if you're not using them right, you're not going to be making money with your clothing brand. So that's essentially the most useful subscriptions for your clothing brand in 2026. There's a lot more pointless subscriptions. I don't really want to get into it, but I just kind of wanted to vent about Shopify apps. There's really no other subscriptions you need besides this right now to get started. All these maybe cost you like $60 a month. The most expensive would be Higgsfield because it has all of these ones in here. But the amount of stuff you can do with it is crazy. Like, I don't even know if there's where is it here? They got this new one that came out, Soul 2 by Higgsfield, and that is like, look at this. Like this, you can't tell me that's not real, bro. That's real. That is a real image. This is what you can be doing. You can make in these custom AI things like that. This is what you need to be on. You don't need to be on, posting these shitty made TikToks anymore. You can run crazy Facebook ads and TikTok ads like I have. If you want me to get into it a bit more, you want me to show you my actual like funnels essentially for, my clothing brand, I'll happily do it. Just let me know. But that's about as simple as it fucking gets. If you aren't making money with a clothing brand, you're doing something wrong. Either your designs suck ass or you're not using your workflow to its fullest potential. If you want me to show you more, hit me up. I'll happily do it. I'm not charging for anything, right? I have no dog in the fight. Look at my description. My description is empty, right? I have no course there. There's nothing there, all right? I gotta go make some money.